back in 2 minutes.
Right, should we do the brief while we're waiting for Fisty then?
Yeah.
Right, links to the bottom TeamSpeak if you don't have it. Yeah, so next mission's fragged for about 12:30 on day 2. I did fast forward the clock a couple of hours with the intent of the weather improving a bit, but actually it's got worse. So it's now down to about 2,000 feet overcast. However, there is a buildup of units around Puerto Rico. 2 flights in the package, both AI, not expected to be any significant air threat. Air defense likely to be SA-14 low level, AAA, and the possibility of some mobile SAMs, but that's TBC. However, if there is any, most of these SAMs that you can see that are already there, some of them are AAA, but the other ones are already knocked out, so they're not effective. So the bottom line is that Weasel 4 have got the southern kill box, and the mission is to destroy enemy ground units. And Falcon 3 have got the north kill box, and again, destroy enemy ground units in that kill box. Mission success criteria: if you're using JSAR between the 2 flights, 60 enemy ground units destroyed. If you're not using JSAR, minimum of 10 enemy ground units destroyed, but both flights need to make the decision on whether they're going to take JSARs or not. No losses to the package from enemy action for a mission success. Partial success, JSARs, 40 enemy ground units destroyed. If no JSAR, then 5 enemy ground units, maximum 1 loss to the package from enemy action.
Can I just do a quick F2 check? Fisty on F2.
Loud and clear, mate.
Thank you.
That's about it, unless there's any questions. The enemy airbase that's nearby is down. I can confirm that. The one to the southwest. Other than that, there was 1 enemy aircraft from the east, or 1 enemy flight from the east. About 45 minutes ago. I think that was shot down. So other than that, there's been no enemy air at all in that area.
Okay, so before we proceed, should we do the data cartridge? So, usual, open your cartridge, click on comms and the com plan, please. Start with UHF2 at 313.550. 3 is 386.875. 4 is 379.750. And 6 is 351.9. Is there an alternate on this, Bosie?
I don't think I moved the alternate up there, but flights, yeah, the alternate is down to the in Italy. But if people want to move an alternate up there, then welcome to put one in. Just reload the com plan.
Okay, flight leads. Do you want to call that now?
Yeah, I think we should set an alternate, seeing one to the southwest.
Okay.
GJ80ER.
Yeah. That one.
Bullseye, what is it? Can't read it, hang on.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I've
got it.
just moved our alternate there, Pegasus.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so on that
Are we all
basis,
right to land there?
It's 100%.
Okay, let's open the data caches again, please. Com plan again. And this time we should have, if we go to uniform 10, we should have 274.000. 11 should be 342.400. And 12 is 234.100. Does anybody need a read back? Okay, moving to VHF. We will have Weasel will be on 15. She's 139.525. Alternate on 17 is 140.700. And for Falcon 3 on 16 is 141.6. And 18 is 140.950. Anyone read back on those? Okay. IFF, click on IFF plan and turn off modes 1 and 2 in the stack column and save your cartridge and close it, please. Thank you. So the first decision for flight leads is JSOWs or others.
Yeah, we don't really have any other options. I mean, that gives us the best PK as always, so I would go for JSOS as well.
Okay, so mission success, 60 JSOW kills, 0 losses, with a partial 40 JSOW kills and 1 loss.
General briefing for Falcon 3 is pretty much the same pattern as last week's. We'll go for Hardic at 20,000, probably ingressing at 23, around 23,000, and left-hand wagon wheel. Looking at dropping the weapons before steer point 5. If we get bounced, so we'll egress southwest of steer point 4. And I'll create some space and synchronize with you. We're looking at 2 to 4 pass maximum, so playtime of 15 minutes. That will be a recovery depending on weather and fuel, either straight in or overhead. And regarding bingo, Joker will set Set 5 Joker and 4,000 of bingo.
Pegasus gameplay. Guys, did you have a general one before we went, or?
Okay, sounds good to us.
Okay, just note the friendlies on the coast there, so we don't want to be hitting those.
You should have effectively a flot line.
Yeah.
Anything that's inside that kill box should, and I say should, be enemy. However, it's probably always worth just checking with AWACS before you start dropping, especially if it's close.
Okay, if that's it, then we'll split into flights for final briefings. So Weasel to flight 1 and Falcon to
User
flight 2,
left your
please.
channel.
Can I get moved,
User
please?
left your channel.
Yep.
User left your channel. User was moved out of your channel. Channel switched. User joined your channel.
Okay, guys, mic check.
Yeah, Griffin.
Okay, so yeah, as I said in the main brief, I think we ingress Angels 22, pick out the targets. Where's my steer points gone? Pick out the targets. Just about 5-10 nautical miles short of steer point 4. I think it'll be myself and Griffin will go air to ground first. Gecko and Vosine can stay air to air cap. If you guys could take a 5 nautical mile trail on us on the way in. So we'll go in and drop bombs and peel off to the right. You guys can set up your cap, probably Angels 25 and above. So we've got separation between the two of us. You can set up your cap direction and plan as you to see fit, whether you want to both go in pair or whether you want to split the hot and cold legs between the two of you. Griffin and I will aim to have 2 passes on the enemy ground targets, so 2 releases, peel around to the right, get spacing again back to steer 4, and then turn hot again for our second launch. And once we've done that, we'll climb up to cap height, and you guys can head back to steer 4 for your first air-to-ground run. Yeah, as long as we're releasing the weapons, JSOW's roughly at the probably just before the kill box starts, they should be impacting fairly quickly. So by the time we come around for our second pass, they should have definitely impacted, and we'll have a good chance of avoiding any double taps on the targets. Any questions so far? Alright, as briefed before, Joker will be 5,000, Bingo 4,000. We'll be fine with the IDM. We'll work out who's going to host that when we get back to the final brief. Anyone want to take anything other than JSOW's?
Falcon 3 ready for final brief.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we should change seats.
No, mate, you take the element lead. We'll be fine. If you need any assistance, I'll help you in flight. But
Okay.
it's good practice. This should be a milk room.
Okay, everyone can just check their loadout. We should all have JSOWs and 4 slammers.
Good for 2.
Any questions,
three.
Gecko?
Good for 4.
No questions.
Right, so in flight, if you set up on my, well, go in, what a normal formation's called, you'll be on my right until probably about 40 nautical miles from the target area, and then you and Vosin can just do a quick orbit to the right, just do a quick circle or whatever to get your 5 to 10 nautical mile spacing from myself and Griff. And instead stay at Angels 25, set up your cap there, and we'll let you know when we're ready to switch roles.
Pegasus, Vosin. I'm sorry.
Go, Vosin.
Yeah. Noting that obviously you don't want Gecko spending all of his time when he's element lead focusing on formation, and that I think what you were talking about was, echelon fingertip, something like that. I'd suggest we take a more tactical formation. Why doesn't the second element with 5 nautical miles trail from the start, and we can go box or offset box?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I think perhaps we just go for a trail. So normal lead and wingman. So Griff on my left. I don't know all the formation names. Griff on my left, and then you and Gecko and yourself can come in 5 nautical mile trail behind us. Whatever formation you two want to set up between the two of you. I think then that I think with that plan on the first hot leg, we'll do our weapons release and peel off to the right. That'll sort of coincide with you guys being on the first hot leg of the cap. Happy with that?
Yeah, offset box is definitely the one. I suggest.
Okay, fine with that.
All right, just obviously we'll finish the admin in a second, but you've obviously given 3 some leeway there to make some decisions. those decisions are better planned on the ground than they are trying to do it on the fly in the air. And if you need to deviate from it, you can just use non-standard, or we're not going to do that. We're going to do this, or whatever you like, Gecko. But it's now your opportunity to brief me on. I'd suggest that I can either go fighting wing, or we can go into box with the 5 nautical miles trail. And then it's your opportunity to brief me how you want to set the cap up now as the standard, rather than trying to do it on the fly in the air.
Yeah, I'm just thinking the cap would be something like northeast, southwest, and turning to right clockwise.
Yeah, definitely clockwise. That's a call, because you don't want to be conflicting with the other flight. I don't suggest we need to be any further forward than the steer point 4 for the northern end of the cap, because we don't want to interfere and potentially. If we stay feet wet, there's nothing that can fire from that far out. If we see it, we can commit on it. So there's no real dramas. So let's stay feet wet. Make sure we don't get shot down by any pop-up SAMs or anything. So I suggest northern edge of steer 4. Set ourselves a 15-mile cap with the northeastern edge of steer 4. And if I go fighting wing on you, about a third of the way to steer 4. So when we're about, I said 15 miles. So when we're about 10 miles away from steer 4, I will turn around and come back away, so that I'll end up about 15 miles separated from you, and then we can start the cap. And one of us is hot all the time. Does that work?
Roger, Roger.
Copy that. If you need to deviate from that in flight, then either just ask me, that's fine, or just tell me what you want us to do, and we can set it up separately. Cool.
So
Okay.
is that how we're
Anything
going
else?
to play our cap as well, Pegasus?
Yep. So as I said, once we've finished air to ground roll, we'll go to cap, and yeah, we'll climb up to Angels 25 and above. Cap between steer points probably yeah 5 and 6. No further northeast than steer point 6. Circuit to the right. Depending on how we go with the weapons release on air to ground, we'll work out who's going to be on hot leg and who's going to be on cold leg. But I prefer to have us one of us hot, one of us cold at all times. And as for RTB, we will plan to go for overhead brake, but based on weather, we'll have to adjust. Last time we were actually refused overhead brake by the tower.
Yeah, that wasn't weather related. That was just traffic related. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
the weather's fair for the return. So
Yeah, I think the weather's going to be fine at home plate. So.
It's been a while since our last overhead brake as well, I must say. So we'll approach. What is it? I can't remember now. 350 knots. Is it 2,500 feet?
1,500.
1,500 before turning onto the downwind. Aim for what? 1,000 on the perch.
1,500 and 250 knots.
Right. So 1,500 on the overhead brake, and then 1,500 the perch still, is it?
Yeah, that's what it should be.
Okay.
We've been practicing dropping a bit of height there, but it doesn't work very well because you end up dropping too much height as you make the turn to final.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. So 350 knots on the way in on the overhead, and then 250 on the perch.
Yeah, so you scrub the speed off, and you want 250 on the downwind to the perch, 1,500 feet, and make the turn to final from there. 1,500 feet on the QFE.
Yeah.
And it will be a left-hand brake for this one because that's the way the traffic goes, AI.
Yeah, and also remember it's left lane, hot lane, right lane, cold lane, because we exit the runway to the right. Anything else?
Takan.
We'll be 1174, so 11 X-ray for me. 74 Yankee for Griffin, 74 X-ray for Gecko, and 11 Yankee for Vosine. All done? Any questions? Gecko?
Okay.
Griff?
Good for me.
Vosine?
No questions.
Copy that. Go ahead. Copy that. It's pretty much the same for us. The differences will be in a anti-clockwise cap, and we'll go as a full flight with 5 nautical mile spacing, assuming that the picture is clear before that. Otherwise, we'll act accordingly. But we're looking at not even getting inside the kill box, but working between south, like 20 nautical miles southwest of the kill box. Once we will most probably beat Dakota before you, so then we'll take care of the air picture once, so you guys can expedite, and then that will wrap up for you and fly you home. That's it for Falcon 3. I mean, the rest was brief earlier, and I mean, our standard, we're flight 2, so TACAN 1275, and we'll be working between 20,000 and 23,000. Copy.
Okay, gents. If that's all, then it's comfort break time. 2 minutes, please.
Back in a minute.
See you soon. Welcome back.
Gecko is back.
Voice is back. Just one point, Pegasus. If the guys who were air to ground, especially, both sides are going to be operating between about Angels 2-0 and 2-3. Just need to make it clear that you need to stick within that extended centre line of the kill box on your own side. Otherwise, there could be traffic conflict. Yeah. I just confirmed that with the other flight before we take off as well.
Falcon 3 is ready to go.
Griffin's back.
Copy.
Okay, all flights stand by. Okay, everyone do the dance. Click on your flight, click on your name and resave your data cartridge, please. And commit to ramp. Fly, fly, fly. Griffin pit.
Gecko in.
Pegasus in the
Voice
pit.
in the pit.
Weasel 4, Victor check.
2, 3, 4.
Weasel 4, 1 uniform check.
2, 1, 4, 3, 4.
Loud and clear on all.
Weasel 4-1, runway 31 for takeoff.
One has a green jet.
Two green jet.
Stepped on. Three and 4 status. Go first.
3 green jet. 4 green jet.
Radio, let's get this show on the road.
3-1, check picture. Copy all.
Weasel 4, ship F-16s, request taxi for departure.
Weasel 4 ship F-16s. Request taxi.
Good afternoon. Weasel 4, you are number 1 for departure. Taxi, Foxtrot, Lima, and hold short, runway 31.
1 taxi.
2 taxi. 3 taxi. Bye night.
Falcon 3, roger.
Ground power to 3 ship F-16 there, ready for taxi.
Good afternoon. Falcon 3, you are number 2 for departure. Taxi, Foxtrot, Lima, and hold short, runway 31.
Foxtrot Lima, hold short at 3-1, with 3, Falcon 3.
Weasel 4-1, contact tower for takeoff.
Push uniform 3.
386-875.
3.
Weasel 4, ship F-16s, ready for departure.
Weasel 4 ship F-16s. Ready for departure. Weasel 4, hold short. Weasel 4 ship F-16s. Ready for departure. Weasel 4, weight 330 at 9 knots. Runway 31. You're cleared for takeoff.
Radio, let's line up as a 4 ship. I'll be on the right lane, 2 left lane, 3 right lane, 4 left lane.
2, 3, 4.
Okay, let's take off 2-second separation. 1 is rolling.
Tower Falcon 3 holding short, ready for departure. It's ready to roll.
Falcon 3, hold short.
1 airborne.
2 airborne visual. 3 airborne visual. Fuser. Check gate 1.
Weasel 4-1, contact departure.
Thank you, 2.
To position.
Come right to steer point 2.
2. 3 position.
Falcon 3, wait.
4.
Weasel 4, airborne, 4 ship, F-16.
Push uniform 6.
Weasel.
Negative, switch course so we can
6.
Say again 2.
sorry mate, did we go on 4 and report airborne?
I have, yeah. And no need for the rest of you to do that.
Okay, copy that, sorry.
Reference steer 3. 3 and 4 you can continue to steer 2 and then follow in behind us.
3.
Gonna aim for 350 knots.
Weasel, 4-1, Sentry, 6, picture clear.
Falcon 3, check uniform. 2. Falcon 3-3.
Weasel 4, check uniform.
2. 3. 3.
Mud spike, flat face, 12 o'clock. Looks like that flat face could be the SA6, which I believe is Croatian and neutral.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Vocine, any comment on that?
No, okay.
Speed now 335 knots and falling. want to. Reducing climb to 3 degrees. Flight set QNH 2992.
Well, 2,992.
Flight fence in, one is 10-6.
Fence in 10.6.
Q10 fenced in 10.3.
Was fenced in 10.4. Three is increasing speed to 300.
Go Falcon 3.
I request the dolly continuous, please. Thank you, good dolly.
Same here. 2, levelling off at Angels 22. Friendly contacts, 1 o'clock, Angels 21, 35 miles. Reference steer 4, go.
Sentry 6, Weasel 4-1. Picture. Weasel, Sentry 416. Picture is one group. Bullseye. 0, 2, 0, 1, 1, 3, 21,000. Track. North. Hostile.
Alright, so that one hostile target's roughly our target area, so I'll keep an eye on it.
Say again?
We got one hostile target, 020113, which is not far from our target area.
Yeah, it's directly in line. It's 70 miles on the nose. Direct line between us and the Did 1-4. Probably right over the target area.
Yeah, copy that.
Nothing, let's go.
Mud spike, flat face, 10 o'clock. Again, that probably that SA6.
Yes, from that Croatian.
One speed is, one speed is 375, reducing to 350. Two, reference tier 5.
Sentry 6, Falcon 3 picture.
Falcon 3-1, Sentry 6, picture clear.
Mud spike, SA6, 12 o'clock.
Roger.
4-3. Yeah. We can set up a cap 15 miles from steer point 4.
Yeah, copy that. 10 miles and 4 holding back to the south if you continue to fall.
Say again.
You continue to fall and I'll turn cold 10 miles from 4.
Copy.
2-6, intermittent, 12 o'clock.
Yep, copy that. Outer ring. Three, you getting that SA6?
156, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, copy that.
We have an SA6 over the target area, you know that.
Okay, 1 and 2 are going heads down. I'm going to try and launch slightly longer range. Maybe stay away from that SA6, so 3, 4, just be aware of that SA6 as well on your cap.
1-2 recommend you make Balkan aware of the SA6.
Yeah, copy that. Falcon 3, Weasel 4.
Go Falcon 3.
We are getting a SA6 spike around the target area on our 12 o'clock outer ring still.
Copy.
Uh, 3-4 looks like it's jets or something. As in all of your air to ground ordnance.
Copy. Yeah, it's keyboard error.
Do I have moving contacts just east of our steer point 5?
Yeah, copy that. I've got 2 groups. I'm going to take the right-hand group, you take the left-hand group.
Two.
My group is Bullseye 024106.
Say that bullseye again.
My Bullseye 023106.
Copy that.
Sentry 6 Falcon 3 picture.
Falcon 3-1, Sentry 6, picture clear.
My contacts 023111. Check speed 1.
Yeah, go too fast again. One has no joy on targets, switching to 024110.
Please be advised that's probably close to mine.
Yeah, I'm not getting lock on any of those targets.
Yeah, I got 023111 and within range.
Launcher and ready.
Bruiser.
Rifle! Rifle!
2 bombs away. That's 3, you need to turn cold at stiff 4.
3, turning cold. Safety contacts and at 023142.
Should we release all of them if we can?
Yeah, go for it.
Bruiser! Bruiser!
3 is cold.
Rifle! Rifle!
2 is Dakota.
Sentry 6, Weasel 4-4, request picture. Weasel 4-4, Sentry 6, picture clear. Bruiser!
Central 6, Weasel 4, declare 0.
Bruiser!
13514.
One off to the right.
Sentry 6, Weasel 4-4, group Bullseye 020, Weasel, Sentry.
Weapon status 2.
Contact is friendly.
Two weapon status.
2 is Dakota.
One is also Dakota. Returning to steer 4 now.
With you.
No more sign of that SA6.
Good news.
Two, climb to Angels 25. 5 degrees nose up. 3, 1 and 2 are now Dakota. We're just returning to steer 4 to resume cap. Once we're there, you can go heads down, stand by.
3 7 call hot. Full up.
Two, are you extending or shall I?
You can extend, I'll go for the first hot leg.
Weasel 4, Falcon 3.
And go Falcon 3.
Hey, we've also got a Mud 6 coming up from the northeast. No factor for us at the moment.
Yeah, just be aware there is a Croatian SA6 out that way.
Copy.
Weasel 4-3, Sentry 6, contact is friendly.
Three, 1.
3.
You can go heads down now.
Copy.
1 is turning hot.
Done. You can go ahead down, because I have no combat.
2 extending up. Heading 235.
One Spike SA6.
3 same.
2 same.
One 4, can you advise on the target status? Are they moving, stationary?
Mixture of both. There was a limited number of moving targets, a lot more stationary targets. Just north of steer 5.
Jammer on. Jammer off.
He's 15 miles, turning hot.
One turning cold.
Turning cold.
go for?
Yeah, I'm unable to see any columns or anything else. Do you see columns?
No, there was just a few spots of moving targets. Much more definition on the static targets, but there were just the odd movers here and there. 2-1, just move a bit further to our kill box area.
Copy that, standby contact at bullseye 028 096 3000. Declaring.
Sentry 6, Weasel 42, group bullseye 027, Weasel 42, Sentry 6, contact.
Data.
That was friendly, wasn't it?
Yep.
Thanks. F-14's in the area. Angels 25.
Confirm 25, do we need to move up?
Yeah, let's go up to Angels 27.
Sentry 6, Falcon 3 picture.
Falcon 3-1, Sentry 6, picture clear.
One's at 4, turning course.
Rifle.
1 turning hot.
Good job, I've moved over. There's 14.
Rifle.
Moving very close and flying underneath me now.
3 turning hot.
Sentry 6, Weasel 4-1, picture. Rifle, Weasel 4-1, Sentry 6, picture clear. Rifle.
Was off. 4-1. Okay, 2's gone. Lost the character.
Weapon status 3. Still getting that mud spike SA6.
Weasel 4-3, Sentry 6, contact is friendly.
Lots of friendlies coming in. 15s, 14s. Four's Fisher 3, rejoining. Two's 15 miles, turning hot, rejoining.
1 turning cold.
3, Sentry 6, contacted a bogey. Sentry 6, Falcon 3-2, request picture. Falcon 3-2, Sentry 6, picture clear.
Data. Data.
Sterling, what's called?
2 on data.
Weapon status 3.
3 has on here, hardware.
Copy that. Falcon 3, Weasel 4.
Go Falcon 3.
Weasel 4 is now Dakota.
Takeoff, you've got 1 pass left, so it'll be a 5-minute stop.
Copy.
Okay, 2 has no contacts in area of Hardpoint.
Who was that you for?
If,
Go ahead.
it might be an idea to get the elements back together and do the cap as 2 elements.
Yeah, copy that.
Magic 7. Weasel 4-2. Declaring a bullseye 0281207,000.
Sentry 6, Weasel 4-2, group bullseye 028, Weasel 4-2, Sentry 6, contact.
Three foot.
Go ahead.
Your hook's down.
I'm on call.
Second.
I'm on call, Nick.
Hey, firm, I'm saying that I can see visually your hook is down.
Yeah, sorry, my keyboard just went havoc and started pressing on buttons. I have no idea what.
And we've got traffic overhead now, right turn.
That's traffic overhead is 2. Turning to join with 1.
1 turning hot. Three, 4, go 15 nautical miles south-southwest of steer 4 before turning hot. 2, you can form on me as I come past.
2.
Sentry 6, Weasel 4-1, picture. Weasel 4-1, Sentry 6, picture clear.
Let's see, even if the picture wasn't clear, we'd have a real fight actually getting to shoot down anything with all these F-14s everywhere.
Yeah.
3, let's push the speed up.
Weasel 4, Falcon 3 is the Dakota another time.
Copy that, Falcon 3. Weasel 4 is also RTB. 3-4, you
guys
continue
go ahead,
home.
we'll wrap up. Yeah, good.
3-4, continue to home base.
3.
2, turning right with me.
2.
Fuel state check 1 is 7-7.
2, 6-9.
3 is 5-4.
4, 6.3.
2, reference steer rate.
6, Falcon 3 picture.
Falcon 3-1, Sentry 6, picture is one group, bullseye, 0, 2, 1, 1, 4, 1, 21,000, track, southwest, hostile.
Sentry 6 declare.
Falcon 3-1, Sentry 6, contact is friendly. Falcon 3-1, Sentry 6, contact confirmed hostile.
Speed 387. I'm going to reduce to 350.
Sentry 6, Falcon 3 picture.
Falcon 3-1, Sentry 6, picture is 3 groups, range and azimuth split. South group, Raw 0, 5, 0, 2, 2, 18,000, hostile. Northwest group, bullseye, 0, 1, 4, 1, 4, 7, 21,000, track, southwest, hostile. Northeast group, bullseye, 0, 2, 4, 1, 5, 2, 24,000, track, south, hostile.
Those targets all seem a long way from our target area.
Yeah, probably coming down the coast.
Let's descend to Angels 21. Maintain speed.
2.
our speed's currently 350, so if you just slow a bit, we're not that far behind you.
Copy.
Should be a factor. 2 reference steer 9.
2.9.
I'm still showing the first element, sort of 13.5 miles trail. So either we're going to lead it in or we're going to have to slow or turn.
Can we get there? Do you want to do like a holding point? Or?
I suggest we make a 90 turn to the left and then come back to the right.
Copy. Turn right 90 degrees now.
One is visual on 3 and 4.
3, copy.
Hey firm, let's
do 180.
180 right.
When you rejoin in echelon left, please.
3. Three visual in 1 and 2.
Flight, fence out.
Fence out.
Fuel 5.9.
3 fuel 4.7.
Not too much lead 3. Just ease it off. Weasel 4, Falcon 3.
Go Falcon 3.
Hey, confirm you're going for an overhead.
Copy that. Push uniform 4.
27.
4.
3 4.
Recommend we start descent.
Yeah, flight 5 degrees nose down, maintain speed 350. Go.
3.
Altitude. Altitude. Caution. Caution.
Okay, 3, let's use this opportunity to catch up.
Say again 4.
Let's catch up.
3.
I need a steeper dive here too. 1.
Okay, flight go 10 degree nose down. Maintain course 218.
2. 3.
Weasel 4-1, 4-ship, F-16s, 15 miles, east, 14,000, inbound for overhead landing.
Good afternoon. Weasel 4-1. You are cleared all the way in for overhead approach. Runway 31. Welcome back. Engage 2980.
Jump 2, airborne, 4-ship, 88Bs, 2,000.
Weasel 4-1. Quebec Foxtrot Echo 2980.
Set
Jump
QFA
2,
2980.
departure. Depart heading 030. Resume on navigation.
$2,980.
Weasel 4-1. Contact tower for landing. Switch 38685.
Push uniform 3.
Approach Falcon 3 ship inbound turn 3.
3.
Weasel 4-1, F-16, inbound for landing. Weasel 4, continue inbound for runway 31, redwood overhead.
Flight come right to heading 310. Now.
Braking left, we need to be echelon right.
Copy that. Wait one. Once we've set on 310, switch to echelon right. Go. One braking left.
Two on the brake.
Still on the brake.
Weasel 4-1, 16, inbound for landing. Weasel 4-1, F-16, 1 mile, south, 1,000, inbound for formation landing.
Tower's not talking to me.
You gotta tell them that you're on the overhead brake first.
Didn't have the option. One on the perch.
Weasel 4, weight 330 at 9 knots, runway 3. Weasel 4-1, gear down. Weasel 4, weight 330 at 9 knots, runway 31. Clear for landing, check gear down.
Two on the perch. Gear down.
Three gears down on the perch.
Two turning corners. Fourth back.
Weasel 4 on final.
One is down.
Tower Falcon 3-1, ship inbound 10 miles overhead, runway 31.
One switching right wing.
Four's final to gear down quickly.
She's on final.
Two's down, switching on right lane.
One exiting right.
Weasel 4-1, contact room, switch to 31355.
So helicopters 3. You clear.
3-0.
Falcon 3, Weasel 4-4.
Still Falcon 3?
Yeah, just be aware we've got two helicopters hovering about 200 feet over the top of the runway.
3 is down.
42, contact room, switch to 31355.
2 exited runway Alpha 2.
On your left 2.
Visual. Wait.
3 is called in, exiting runway Alpha.
What is that helicopter doing?
Weasel 4-3, contact ground. Switch to 31355. Two.
Flight switch uniform 2.
2. Oh, waiting for us.
2.
Weasel 4-1, request
2
taxi back.
taxi. 3 taxi.
Weasel 4, taxi, and hold short, runway 05.
Weasel 4-2, request taxi back.
Weasel 42, taxi, and hold short, runway 05.
Holding short, runway 05.
Weasel 4, taxi, and hold short, runway
1
31.
crossing 05.
Weasel 42, taxi, and hold short, runway 31.
That's a low-level approach. Tactical.
Holding short, runway 31.
Stand by with the camera.
It's the no pressure landing.
Smell for the camera, Mango. Nice. Better than 50s.
Weasel 4-1, request taxi back.
Weasel 4, taxi, and hold short, runway 31.
Weasel 4-1, request taxi back.
Weasel 4, taxi, and hold short, runway 31.
Crossing 31.
Weasel 41, taxi to the ramp, welcome back. Weasel 42, taxi back to the ramp, welcome back.
Falcon 3-2, request taxi back.
Falcon 32, taxi, and hold short, runway 05. Falcon 3, taxi, and hold short, runway 31. Falcon 3-2, taxi, and hold short, runway 31. Falcon 3-1, exit exit ramp. You are cleared all the way in. Falcon 3-2, exit ramp.
One, I hope you're getting ready to take a lovely picture. Let's get us all in.
Already on it. Everybody look 2 o'clock high and smile. Not a bad collection of kills, really.
Yeah, thank God for Noodle. Get that count up. What's the total then?
We got 27 in our flight, and what is it, 43 in their flight.
There you go. 60, bang on.
Good enough. Yeah, I found when I was trying to get a lock on the moving targets, it kept on breaking the lock. I'm not sure why. In the end, I managed to get one off on the moving targets, and I just looked for static targets after that.
Yeah, I think like QI was doing the same, ended up hitting a lot of static targets. Yeah, my second one missed. Sorry, my third one.
What happened with you, Gecko? I see no weapons launched.
Yeah, I mean, it was an unexpected. I never have seen event when my keyboard started to fall off, and during and doing that, and when it landed, it started pressing all the keys, and then I lost all my ground weapons, everything. So never noticed such a thing in my life.
Yeah, frustrating.
Is there a wireless keyboard?
No, it wasn't a wireless keyboard, but it's just in front of me, and I thought it was very stable, but today it decided to betray me and just fell off. And I tried to, I was going to catch it, and in the process, I think it just started doing stupid things, and yeah, that's why I try not to quote anything onto the keyboard, because that's a bit dangerous.
I didn't realize you actually meant it physically fell off. When you said it fell off, I thought you meant, it wasn't working. But okay, physically fell off. I get you now.
No, it physically, yeah. I mean, that's the weirdest and most stupid thing I have ever had.
Yeah, it looked like an emergency jettison where I was, because everything came off all at the same time. Your tanks and your J cells.
Yeah, it actually switched to the SMS page and the selected jettison, and still jettison everything on its own. So it was very weird, and opened the hook and switched off the radios and everything you can imagine.
Okay.
Need some gaffer tape.
Debrief?
Yeah, flight debrief. I think the flight went pretty well. It was difficult, I think, to pick up the targets. As I mentioned, the ground moving targets. I seemed to only get a few isolated spots here and there, and the radar wouldn't lock onto them. So I'm not sure what that meant. They were perhaps just moving intermittently, and it kept on dropping off the GMT scope. But both Griff and myself did manage to get all four weapons away on the one pass, and I suppose decent kill scores. I have noticed in the last few flights using JSAS, I get an awful lot of damaged targets, including ones that I'm positive that I actually killed, but they're not being registered as kills. I think the last flight I killed like a set of 3 SA9s with one bomb, and they got listed as damaged, which I'm not sure what's going on there. But we'll see on the Tacview what that looked like. I think things worked pretty well with the split of responsibilities, air to ground and air to air. Managed to set up a cap suitably. Had to adjust, of course, because there was a lot of F-14s flying around. Angels 25 and 26 it seemed. So Angels 27, we were safely above them. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened on the final approach either. I radioed in, request landing when we were about just after we turned onto heading 310, and then when we got to the airbase, I didn't have the option to call out brake left, so something must have not been approved. Anyway, did the brake lift anyway and requested landing on the downwind and eventually got clearance from the tower after several attempts. Gecko, any comments from you?
No, not really. Apart from my accident.
Just need to invest in a bit of gaffer tape for that epic cockpit you're building.
No, I don't know what to do. I think I've just been really tired for the last 2 weeks, and that's it.
Fair enough, I'll let you off. Vosi, any comments? Oh, sorry, Griff first.
No, well, I don't think you did anything wrong on the approach because it sounded like you were asking all the right questions. I noticed when I asked told them I was on finals and I didn't get any response either, so something went tilt. But apart from that, good flight, mate.
Vosi, anything?
Yeah, just a few minor points really. First of all, about the uniform check, I'll cover that on the Discord on the debrief for everybody because we've agreed to make some changes to that. I just need to make sure everybody's aware of that. So yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's just you wouldn't be aware of the change. It's just if I forget to mention it, somebody just remind me. Second one is before we switch over to tower frequency, we should do a dolly check on 2, just as a reminder. Lineup. Ideally, you want the wingman upwind on the lineup in case there's any drift. So you don't want to be drifting across in front of the wingman. So the wind was, I think, coming from about 330, and we were on runway 31. So ideally, put the wingman upwind. It's not. I mean, it's your call because. But there's 2 ways you could have created the interval. You could have gone for a 30-second interval departure. 2 seconds is too close. Either do a formation departure, but then you need longer between the elements because as we were chasing you down the runway, you were just ahead of us. If there'd have been any problem at all from your jets, then we would have run in the back of you. There's no way we could have stopped in time. So either give us a 30-second interval departure to create the 5 nautical mile spacing, or if you're going to go for the interval departures, you need to have at least 10 seconds on the same side.
Okay.
But as it was, you made the early turn for 1 and 2 to create the separation, so that worked fine as well. So yeah, there was a bit of a mix-up on the dolly. It didn't quite work. So basically, wait on the dolly, and then when the other flight checks in, and so you've got all the package on tactical, then whoever's agreed to initiate dolly will normally call a standby dolly and then initiate it, so everybody knows it's good. We just mentioned in flight about getting the flight back together. Once you confirm that the second element were clear of weapons, that should have been sort of focused on your mind there. Just like right, get the flight back together. So we're a fighting unit again as soon as possible. SA6, yeah, I mean it never really popped up, did it? But we were actually seeing the 6 coming up from a fair way out, but obviously we didn't get close enough to it, so that was good news. And then it disappeared, so maybe we hit it as we went along as well. You've covered the drop of the weapons as well. So other than that, I thought it was good. The one thing about the comms coming back with the tower, I wonder if it's the difference between 434 and 435. As I remember from 434, you get called to the overhead brake, and then you don't. Then you get pushed to tower, and you don't need to make a call again until you're call in for landing, and then obviously you call final after that. Whereas 435, you now just make 1 call on the overhead brake, and that is when you're on the overhead brake itself. You call on the brake, and you don't need to make another call. So that just could be differences between 434 and 435 leaking through.
Yeah, I probably need to review those differences and make sure I have the overhead brake right. I'm sure I've got it right in the past, so I'm not sure what I did wrong today.
On 434 comms, I never call on the brake to the tower. There's not a requirement to do it. You call inbound for landing, and then you call final. On 435, you call on the brake. You don't need to make another call.
Right, yeah.
All right, 3, just a couple of points for you. Obviously, we spoke about the weapons issue. The other point is, pretty decent on the element lead. I think a couple of times you went a bit quiet. I don't know whether that was because you were having some problems at your end. But and then also, I think as we were coming back in, just to think ahead a bit, I mean, it became pretty clear that we were like 25 miles, 30 miles away from home, the turn for home plate, and they were still over 10 miles behind us. So it became clear that the first element weren't going to catch us up before we got there. So that's why I recommended putting that turn in, so just to be aware of that. And then when we came back towards them, you just turned a bit too steeply. You got out, almost got out in front of them, which is why when we did turn, we ended up like quite a long way in trail to catch back up. So you probably just misjudged the intercept slightly on that.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. So, but yeah, not a problem. It's that's just a judgment as much as anything. You get used to it. So, but that was But other than that, it was fine. And then once we did get behind, just get back into formation as quickly as you can. Don't accept being out of position in any position, in any wingman slot or element lead slot. But if we could have got back into position a bit quicker, we wouldn't have been rushing to catch up as we were on final.
Yeah.
Sorry, on final, on the overhead for initial. Okay, yeah, that was it. So yeah, so a good flight lead and good element lead overall. There was just some minor points just for note for next time. That's it from 4.
User disconnected from your channel.
Weasel 4 inbound.
Okay, stream is up.
Just waiting for Griffin.
Okay.
There he is.
So I don't have the beginning of the tape again. I'll just have it from the fence in. But I don't think there was anything before to that, not for us at least. Anything from you, Pegasus?
No, just didn't set up the dolly right, but that's not for the debrief really.
Who's Welsh?
That's me.
One of Jules's mates, I think.
All right.
Hi, Welsh.
Welcome.
I'll be watching the stream via Pegasus, so I'll just pop in to have a listen.
No worries.
Hi, Welsh. Welcome.
Okay, you want to start, Pegasus?
Not really, but yeah, go. I'll start off. Okay, so 1 and 2.
Sorry, interrupt. Oh, no, it's all right. Labels are on now. They weren't showing for me.
So 1 and 2 went straight for the air to ground roll. 3 and 4 set up a cap to start with. Had a bit of trouble picking up the ground moving targets on the radar. Found it difficult to lock them. Got 1 JSO off towards those. The rest were 2 static targets. Also intermittent SA6 spikes from the area. Interestingly, only got the spikes when we were sort of 15-20 miles from the target area. Once we actually got to the target area, it was completely quiet. So not sure what was going on there. Myself and Griff managed to get all 4 off on the 1 run. Griff let us go a bit earlier than me. We got credit with 7 kills each, but got an awful lot of damaged targets. They all seem to be pretty much on the money. An awful lot of targets around there. So yeah, we were already Dakota at this point, so nothing more to see from myself and Griff. You can switch to Gecko and Vosing. Gecko's got a story to tell.
Yeah, we just set up a cap while you were doing the ground attack. We separated about 15 nautical miles, north, east, southwest, clockwise. Nothing was really in the air, no enemy target. I think we made 2 passes while you were attacking the ground targets. Nothing really to mention apart from that.
Vosin's bomb's already off there, I think.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
really
that's
wanted
what-
to get his.
Just take it back. Just switch to me.
Gecko dropped his weapons in the drink.
Yeah. So this was when we were called in to attack.
Yeah, so I couldn't see any formed columns anywhere, so I just aimed at the moving targets and fired pretty close. I think one missed and the others all hit.
Yeah, good hits there, Vosin.
I didn't see that. It's like Mango went fishing in your box as well. Oh,
Yeah,
also,
I missed that as well.
okay, anything else from your flight?
Not until landing.
What happened to Gecko's bombs then?
I accidentally jettisoned my weapons, my ground weapons, and the tanks.
Oh dear, you don't need that.
When was that?
Yeah, technical glitch.
His keyboard fell off his stand and fell on the floor and went crazy.
Yeah, that happened. Believe me or not.
Was it part of your fence in or?
I was watching it and all of a sudden I saw them all come off and I was like, 3. He was like, don't tell me.
It's equivalent to the dog ate me homework.
Yeah, half of my cockpit stopped working and my HUD disappeared completely, so I had to set up everything from scratch.
Oh dear.
Okay, so let's just go for hours. Alright, so we had like a 5-mile spacing. We sorted some targets. There was no. We were looking for movers at first, with no movers in the box. So we had on the recon we had seen 2 AAA battalions as well as the SA2 as reference. So 2 and 3 were engaged. Were committed on the AAA battalions. So it was clearing out the SA and the SA2 remaining. So with 2 pigs first, we all went with 2 on the first. We're looking good, yeah.
Not mine.
Wait, are yours yet to go? You went dry on the first one, Mango?
No,
No,
I
he dropped one there.
dropped 1 on the first one.
It's that one in the middle, I think. The one on the right now.
Okay.
Middle of nowhere.
It could be cursor 0. Well, kind of same sorting for the second pass.
Who sent the mark point, by the way?
I was at 3. I was getting all sorts of data links in that at one point.
Yeah,
More keyboard.
I tried to send you a mark point because I saw a column on the ground.
Okay, so that's when you went off dry, Mango, I think.
No, actually, I didn't go off dry that time. I dropped 1 there too. I think that's when I was fishing in strangers' ponds.
Oh dear.
You just drop on friendlies then, okay.
I dropped on friendlies.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Luckily, they missed.
Luckily,
Yeah.
I missed.
They are just straight into that kill box though, aren't they? Because that's
They-
the kill. You can see the kill
They
box
were
line there.
on the verge of the kill, really on the on the border of the kill box. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see.
that's why I said just to double check with AWACS.
Mango, don't worry. I was very tempted to drop bombs on them as well. It was a very nice line.
Can I ask a question? Someone from outside, if possible?
Yeah.
What are the MiGs doing?
Oh, they're friendly. They're Macedonian.
Not
okay.
that one here, but yeah, the orange one, they're
orange
allied. The red ones, no.
Red ones are the bad guys, but they didn't come close.
Okay, so next one, Mango, this should be yours. Yeah, yours
So-
going to the other box, yeah.
Saw the Tomcats just fire at that MiG-21.
Oh wait, no, that was okay. That was off. Wait, let me roll back because we had yeah, when we were egressing, when we called billet time, I had one group called on the picture and came back, and as I was monitoring that MiG-21 getting splashed by the Tomcat, there was 3 other groups getting called. So I'm wondering what happened, where these 3 groups came from. There's 2 21 splashed now, and 2 other groups of 21s.
I can't believe we missed the only air rocket.
Well, they were Tomcats anyway. They would have stalled the. Anyway, well, good to see it's still active in this campaign. I thought they were just not going to show up anymore.
Probably won't after that.
I've noticed there's an engineer battalion at that airbase just down there, just down that shot at Tivat airbase, just as I was saving the mission at the end.
Yeah, they'll be repairing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, leave them up.
Next mission.
The air bases, so we get some action.
Let's go and camp on the airbase.
I think it's just the recovery coming up now for our flight.
Yeah, so our recovery, there was a bit of an issue. I called, request overhead brake on uniform 4. Then turning onto the runway heading, I called request landing on uniform 3. I got a response on that, but then when I got to the actual airbase, I didn't have the option on the comms menu to report brake left. So just did the brake anyway, and then requested landing on the downward leg, and it was about the second or third attempt to request landing. Finally got a clearance, so it all worked all right in the end. But it was just a bit confusing as to why I didn't get the message right.
Did you request an overhead from the
Yes.
outset?
Yeah,
and then
on
when
uniform
you okay, and then when you got, did you report when you were overhead?
I didn't have the option, that brake left option on uniform 3. I just didn't have it available on the menu.
Okay.
So I just went to brake left anyway, a bit late because I was, trying to find the comms menu, but it worked okay in the end. These helicopters were getting in the way a lot. No idea what they were trying to do.
Yeah, just ended up hovering over the runway, didn't they?
That's a really neat overhead brake from our flight, actually. Good timing on the second flight as well, I guess.
Yeah, I saw you guys coming in. I wasn't sure if you were still going on your IP and break or if you're on final. So after I cleared that you were on final, and that's when I, we got pretty much right on time. So the helos as well. Good call from Vozine. That's it, landing. Long taxi.
Might go scare them off.
Yeah, I made a face at them.
I think we got some pictures at the end there of all 7 jets parked up.
Yeah, I got them.
All right. So it's my turn for next week, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to sort the weather out before I send you the files, mate.
Yeah, good news is that the weather's due to lift, so we'll finally be able to see the ground over the targets.
Yeah, back to 50 time, guys.
And J-Sales might mysteriously be out of stock by next week.
Yes.
That sounds like a plan, eh?